Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I've spent my career right at the intersection of modern hospitality and technology. It's a real pleasure to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to this online learning journey. Today, we're going to be diving into one of the biggest shifts happening in our industry, artificial intelligence. But we're not just going to talk about the tech itself. Nope, we're going to uncover the single most important factor for making AI successful. And trust me, it's probably not what you think. And this quote, it just nails it, doesn't it? We get so caught up in the latest software, the fanciest algorithms. But the real secret to making AI work in a hotel, it's the people. It's always been about the people. You see, their confidence, their buying, that's what turns a piece of code into an unforgettable guest experience. All right, so let's get right to the heart of it. AI's true challenge. It's not about the code, it's all about confidence. I mean, think about it. You can have the most advanced system in the world, but if your team is scared or hesitant to use it, well, its potential is completely wasted. So our job as leaders is to unlock that potential by building their confidence from the ground up. And look, we have to be really honest about this. For your front desk team, for your concierge, a new AI system isn't just another shiny new tool. It can be a real source of anxiety. I mean, put yourself in their shoes. They're wondering, is this thing going to replace me? Is my job about to get way more complicated? Am I going to lose that personal connection with guests that I love, the very reason I got into this business? Okay, so this brings us to a critical point, confronting that digital uncertainty by addressing your team's core concerns. Before you even think about training schedules or software demos, you have to tackle this first. Because ignoring these fears, that's the fastest way I've seen to guarantee a new tech project fails. Your first job as a leader here is to listen, and then to provide some real clarity. So, this is the big one, isn't it? The question on everyone's mind. Will AI replace us? And let's be clear, these are not silly questions. They are completely valid concerns. People are worried, is my role going to become obsolete? Is this just going to make everything harder? Our job is to make these worries head on with honest, clear answers, not just brush them aside. So, what we need to do is reframe the conversation entirely. Look at this. On one hand, you have the myths, the fears, job replacement, more complexity, a loss of control. But the reality, the one we need to communicate, is so different. It's not about replacement, it's about support. It's not about complexity, it's about making things more efficient. And it's not about losing control, it's about enhancing their roles, freeing up your team to focus on those incredible, high-touch human connections that, let's face it, AI just can't do. So the big question is, how do we actually build that bridge from fear over to confidence? Well, it all starts by focusing on the individual. This is the first part of our leadership playbook, building a rock-solid foundation for every single member of your team so they can thrive in this new environment. And here are the 4 pillars you're going to build that foundation on. First, you have to communicate the why, not just what it is, but why you're doing it. Second, the training has to be contextual, practical, something they can use on day one. Third, you've got to foster a growth mindset, an attitude where challenges aren't scary, they're just opportunities to learn. And finally, and this one is so important, you have to encourage experimentation. Create a safe space where it's okay to try things, maybe even mess up a little, because that is where the real learning happens. Okay, let's zoom in on that second pillar for a second, contextual training. This is absolutely crucial. See, it's not enough to just show someone which buttons to click. That's not training, that's just a demo. Your team needs to understand the how and the why behind the tool. What are its limitations? How do they work with it as a partner? They need the digital literacy to look at a recommendation from the AI and say, that looks right, or actually, based on my experience, we should do this instead. It's about knowing when to trust the tech and when to trust their own human expertise. All right, so once your people are feeling prepared individually, it's time to look at the bigger picture, managing the change across the entire organization. And the key phrase I want you to remember here is gentle transition. This isn't about a big disruptive rollout. We want to ease into it, manage the change smoothly, and not shock the system. And a phased rollout like this is honestly the perfect way to do it. You start in phase 1, back of house. Think AI-powered staff scheduling. It's low risk, it's internal, and it lets the team get comfortable with the tech without any guest-facing pressure. Then, in phase 2, you move to internal support tools, things that help the team but are still behind the curtain. And only then, in phase 3, once everyone's feeling confident and ready, do you start introducing the guest-facing stuff. And this is where the magic really happens. It's all about defining the new roles, so there's no confusion. You let the AI handle the repetitive, data-heavy stuff. Answering basic questions 24/7, processing bookings, analyzing huge amounts of feedback data. This frees up your team to focus on their superpowers, handling a complex guest issue with genuine empathy, building a lasting relationship with a regular, and using their intuition to make incredible service improvements. It's about collaboration, not competition. At the end of the day, this all comes back to leadership. It comes back to you. You have to be the one to set the tone. You have to use the new tools yourself. Be there in the training sessions. Because when your team sees that you trust the technology, and more importantly, that you trust them to master it, that's when you build a culture of real collaboration and respect. That's how you get everyone moving forward together. Now, it's really easy to think the rollout is the finish line, but it's not. It's really just the starting gun. To make this change actually stick, you need a solid plan to sustain that trust and momentum for the long haul. And that means putting a continuous support system in place. We're talking ongoing support and refresher training, not just a one-and-done session. Setting up peer-to-peer learning sessions so your own team members can become the experts. Of course, you need technical support that's actually easy to get a hold of. And this last one is non-negotiable: ethical awareness training. Your team must understand data privacy and how to handle guest information responsibly. That trust is everything. So as we start to bring this all together, it becomes pretty clear what it means to be a future-ready hospitality leader. Your role in this new era, it's not just about managing technology, it's about empowering people. It's about leading your team with confidence through one of the biggest shifts our industry has ever seen. And really, when you boil it all down, the future of excellence in our field comes down to mastering just two things. And here it is. This is the formula. Technology plus empathy. That is the future of hospitality. It is that perfect blend of technical confidence and profound emotional intelligence. It's about using amazing technology to enhance the human connection that makes our industry so special, never ever to replace it. If you take away just one thing today, please let it be this. So I'm going to leave you with a question to think about as you continue on your journey. It's not a question of if you'll be working with AI in your careers. You will. The real question is how you are going to lead your teams through this transformation. So ask yourself, how will you empower your team to lead that future? Thank you.